Regina had always been drawn to strange stories, but none intrigued her, more than the whispers of the Thin Room, a secret experiment said to show people the truth they feared most. So when an unmarked envelope appeared under her door with a silver key and the words, "For those who want to see," she followed. The key led her into Detroit's abandoned subway tunnels, to a narrow steel door that seemed to breathe in the dark. When she turned the key, a rush of icy air spilled out. She stepped inside, and the door locked behind her with a sound that felt final. The room was barely 6 feet wide, lined with mirrors that stretched into infinity. At first, all she saw was her reflection. Then, the reflections began to move on their own. One smiled when she didn't. Another whispered, "We've been waiting." The air grew thinner, the mirrors flickering with scenes of her past. Every lie, betrayal, and memory she'd buried. A voice spoke from everywhere and nowhere, calm and merciless. The truth or the blank, choose. When she pressed her hand to the mirror, it rippled like water, pulling her through into a blinding white corridor filled with 4 silent women and a nurse with a painted-on smile. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more episodes of Untold Stories. They chose the blank, the nurse said softly. Behind her, the walls shimmered with faint, ghostly figures, echoes of those women trapped. Regina turned and ran, the lights flickering as she passed walls showing her life in fragments. The night her mother left, the dreams she abandoned, the pain she pretended not to feel. At the end of the corridor stood a single mirror reflecting 3 versions of herself, broken, young, and whole. "Erase it all or face it all," her reflection whispered. Trembling, Regina touched the glass and said, "I choose all." The mirror cracked, light burst outward, and the corridor dissolved. She awoke back in the subway tunnel, the key still warm in her palm. But when she looked at her reflection in the tunnel glass, it didn't mimic her anymore. It met her. In her pocket was a photograph of the 4 women smiling beside her, alive and free. Beneath it, a message read, "Truth is never thin." Regina smiled through the dust and shadows, stepping into the darkness with a steady breath. Whatever the Thin Room had been, illusion, test, or haunting, she knew one thing now. Once you face the truth, there's no going back to the blank.